When we commit to the little, we invite more effortless abundance. So commit to the little, all right? It is a simple principle that has a compound effect. Because if you felt stuck and felt the overwhelm of needing to do everything at once in order to change your financial expansion, and I laugh because I've been there, and I'm sure you have too, right? This concept can be the key to unlocking new doors of erasing, of ease and flow with your money situations. Little, you're going to start with the little, all right? Because it opens these doors now and in the future. When it comes to our financial goals, many times it can seem that we are trying to move an entire mountain, right? Due to the various inherited patterns around money and wealth creation. So here are some examples of how both inherited patterns and learned behaviors repeat themselves. And in hindsight, we think of them as mistakes. Okay? So here we go. We can inherit patterns of not feeling worthy to ask for more, to ask for a raise. This is applicable to everybody, okay, that works, not just to business owners, but also to those in working in any job, okay? And I have been there. And then many of us have been taught by nice parents, right, to be grateful for what we have, because we were taught, to be grateful, but for what we have, and that it was selfish for us to ask for more or want for more. Well, it can complicate our life in an adulthood. We can inherit the pattern of fearing money because there is an inherited belief that people with money are bad or they are not honest in their dealings with their fellow man to be wealthy. You can have a fear of money that's inherited and not realize it, but it will show up in everything you do, the decisions you make and those you don't make. We can inherit the pattern of believing that being humble means being financially poor. Not true. We can inherit the pattern of holding ourselves back because we don't want other people to ask us for money. Family, right? Friends. Or we'll hold ourselves back because we don't want others, whether they're close to us or just the world around us, to be critical and judgmental of our money, which will often send us into an overwork, overstruggle. And we're not aware that we're trying to prove that we've earned our money and it didn't come easy to us. Okay? That is a cycle that is literally will keep you on a hamster wheel. You can get rid of, and something else I wanted to say is you can clear these things because we don't have to hold on to them. And then it's like we get tested and they'll show up again. But this time when they show up, I just think of it as a little residual that's coming up to remind me of the behavior that I don't engage in anymore. Think of it like that. It's not that you're doing it wrong. Okay? We can inherit the pattern of always giving what we make away to others. Always putting yourself last. I just did a 7-day retreat. And I got to know someone there, didn't know what I did, okay, at this point, who shared with me that she gives every penny she makes, her home is paid for. She does not have abundance, everybody, but her home is paid for. So just she takes out, the money to live, like she has to buy food. She doesn't buy clothes. She lives on like 5 things, okay? And she takes everything. She finds a family in her neighborhood, in her community, and she supports them. Now, this is an extreme, but I don't want you to overlook this, because how does it show up in your life? It can happen really easily, okay? Children needing help, parents needing help. It doesn't mean you're going to be selfish by not giving it. You're going to learn to set healthy boundaries. And every once in a while, when I think to myself, people don't do that anymore, they don't give everything away. Oh, yeah, guess what? I'm reminded in really unique ways, like last week, that that does happen. Now, the list goes on, everyone. So I want to ask you, what is a little thing you do that blocks your money? Put it in the chat, okay? Does it, I'll give you some ideas. Does anyone not follow through with a phone call, an email, or a lead? Do you put them off? Do you procrastinate? Do you avoid those things? What do you do when it comes to money that complicates your life? That's what I want to know, okay? Because I want to help you. We all do it. We all have something. And so I'm saying little things so you can like bring it down to the simple. It doesn't matter what the story is right now, okay? And there's no judgment on it. For a long time, I procrastinated. I am very aware of procrastination. Mhm. You spend it on others, which is noble, Amanda, right? It's a noble thing to do. But what happens? It leaves you without the resources, right? When you want to do something. So I invite you, this is a step here, okay? Is in your conversations, okay? The people that you're closest to, there's a few things to pay attention to, and I'm not saying you're doing anything. It's common with people. They share when they get a large check because they're so excited. Don't do it anymore if you do this. The next thing is there's verbiage you can use. I would love to help you. I just don't have that much resource right now. Because the truth is, just because you have it doesn't mean you have to give it. And you do need to begin to start saving something for yourself. It is a true statement that you can say with integrity. So then you choose what you can give. So maybe instead of $500, you can help them with $150, right? Or if that's too little for you, just cut it in half. That's a suggestion, okay? You give more to others. Yes, you do, Dina. You take really good care of other people, just like Amanda does, all right? Melissa, I love that you're here. But, hi, Shannon. But this is the key here. You can help other people and still stay in integrity of honoring who you are. I promise you, I do it. I have family members in my life, we'll leave it at that. Something's always happening. Car doesn't work, right? This or that. It's going to sit in the garage for a while if it doesn't work at sometimes, okay? I set up a way, it's paying me back isn't going to happen, see? Because there isn't that resource yet. It's needed to live on, but I can have odds and end things done around my home, okay? For you, Dina, and taking care of others, it would be that somewhere on the back end of everything, right? It comes back to you in some way. You know what I'm talking about, all right? If the money that you're giving is not 100% needed, you can cut it back. You can. You can say, hey, you know, I know you're building a huge company right now, Dina, and I don't say that lightly. You are, okay? And it is 100% in integrity to say you need these extra resources right now. You won't leave them high and dry, but hey, this is what has to happen. I have to cut it in half for a few months, or don't say how long. Mhm. Okay, it's a big thing. It tells me that you that do this, you're very compassionate. You have a gift for seeing others and their needs, okay? But what happens is when we only give, okay, there will come a time in your life where you will look back because these people you're giving to, they don't hold themselves back for you. You'll look at your life and you'll say, what have I done? What have I accomplished? You'll want to do something and you can't because you can't afford it. It's not even that you can put it on a card. There isn't a resource to make it happen, right? All of this can change. Nothing is a life sentence and nothing has to be forever. All patterns can be changed. They can be transformed, okay? But we have to begin by honoring the little things in our life. It means you have to move through some uncomfortability. Even those clients of mine that take all their money and they spend it on building their business, I still encourage them to take $100, $50. It doesn't matter. You see, the amount doesn't matter right now. But when you're not in the habit of holding anything back, it can be a struggle, okay? To now say you're going to put something away when you need all your resources. So the amount does not matter. To the universe, it is the action that matters. So hold $20 back every single month like clockwork. If you don't have a savings account, you can keep it in your bank account, everyone. We're all big adults now. We can do that. Then set a fun goal that when you hit $500, you'll open a savings account. All right? And let it compound interest. You have to begin with the little. It's like moving a pedal off of this mountain or a pebble off of this mountain, right? Okay, what else is in here? Teresa, you help your family and very close friends when they need it before something I need. Of course you do, Teresa. Of course you do. But you can say, I would love to help you today because you would, okay? I can't do it today. Can we do it another day? Now I have someone in my life, we'll leave it at that because they watch my videos, right? Who inevitably, unknowingly knocks on my door when I'm in a Facebook Live, when I'm writing content for my Soul Awakening class, when I've got back-to-back clients. That's when they need me. Inevitably. I'm used to it. I open the door, I give them a hug and I say, I can chat in an hour for 30 minutes. Because I usually have timed my clients 30-minute in between in case I run over, in case that happens, right? Do you follow me? We can learn to set healthy boundaries with ourselves. It's a process. It's a little thing. Yeah. You guys are sharing great stuff. Let's see. You give your time away for free, Melissa, spending hours answering questions instead of offering a session to work through things. Love. It's because you're a healer. You are a healer, Melissa. Now you own it, but you don't at the same time. Because being a healer does not mean you sacrifice everything you have, your time, your resources, to help. Your people will get more benefit when you charge them. I promise you. Your energy and your zest for life will return. Because what I found happened to me when I've been where you are. My body started to hurt. I felt like, I don't want to do that today. I didn't want to answer phone calls. And we start avoiding what comes natural for us because we don't want to hurt someone's feelings. I can help you with verbiage at some point to get you started, okay? I can clear the blocks to this, okay? Because you're supposed to be healing in the world. You do a great job of showing up for people. I think you're amazing, all right? But this is a block to your money flow, and you know it. And I'm grateful you shared it. It's a big one. It's a big block, everyone, to be spiritually gifted and have that as your business, right? And have a belief that you cannot charge for spiritual gifts or for what comes natural. I don't know if you've heard me say this before, Melissa, or anyone on this call. One of the game changers for me in this, because I've went through it big time, is I was watching NBA basketball maybe 5 years ago, and it was a Lakers. I live in LA. And they were showing old clips of stars. I don't know if anybody follows basketball, but Kareem Jabbar was really famous, probably back in the 70s, 80s. And they showed this clip of him, and then they named off ever how much he was paid back then versus now. It was like just some little random thing they were doing. And I had this aha moment. Unbelievable for me. No one in the NBA, no Dodger, no massive Dallas football player is going to walk up to a team or be recruited and say, you don't have to pay me. I'm just honored to be here. How can I be of service to help you win the championship? Don't pay me though. Says no one, everyone. No one. Nor should you. Because there is absolutely no difference. When this light bulb went off, I literally did this. I get it, I understand, and I'll take action. I'm sharing it with you for a reason, with all of you. It doesn't matter if it's a spiritual gift or a learned gift that you have in business or in your workforce. You see, yes, we've been through difficult times, everybody. No kidding. Do you know that the 30 age group is asking for more money right now than has ever been asked among the millennials. You aware of that? And they are requiring that they don't have to come into work. They're setting their boundaries. They don't have this money issue. They have other ones, by the way. But what I'm saying is with this is there is money for you to make, whether you believe it or not. The universe is abundant. And it really does have your back. Okay? Great stuff, everybody. Great stuff. All right. Next question, real quick. What is your first memory around the topic of money as a child? You remember? It's a two-part question. What's the first memory you remember as a child around money? Second half of this question is, how does that impact you now as an adult? Did it help you? Or did it stunt your money flow in adulthood? Okay, so Sharon, you learned there was not enough for Christmas. Big one, right? Big one. Because for a child, that it does a lot of things, especially around Christmas. Because Christmas is the magical time where good things are supposed to happen. So it automatically creates a belief that good things don't happen for some people. You, Sharon, right? The other thing it does is that you don't have a right to ask for what you want. So probably when you were a child, what do you want for Christmas? At least as you got older, is like, I don't know, because you don't feel comfortable even sharing it because you don't want to take away from somebody else or to cause grief for your parents. It's a biggie. It triggers low self-worth and the feeling of not being enough to have somebody spend something on you. Now, as adults, everyone, we cognitively figure these little things out because we know our parents were struggling. Okay? We know that. Or we know that they had their own problems, or we know that their life was worse than your life. It does not matter, but a little minuscule of helping us climb our mountain, by the way, what we cognitively realize, because the vibrational energy of that experience is still lies within us. And these vibrational energies, everyone, we don't see them. Just like 200 years ago, we didn't see germs under a microscope, but they existed whether doctors washed their hands or not, whether they believed it or not. Those germs still existed. Vibrational energy exists within us, and it will show up in the people that you attract into your life. It will show up in your pain energy over years. This shows up, okay? It can be released, everybody. It can. It's not a defying life sentence. Okay, what else do you have for me? Mom was always, savior lack. Am I reading that right? Mom was always broke. We moved a lot because rent couldn't be paid. Wow, we went without heat sometimes. That's a biggie because that creates, first of all, Melissa dear, you've inherited scarcity and some broken energy from your mother. I can tell you that right off the top. Then in addition, right? And I know you've done a lot of work, love. I know you've done a lot of work. But in addition to this, there is the vibration of scarcity because you were in fight and flight so much. That amygdala back there is just full of fear of the worst case scenario happening, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. Mhm. Shows up for you, though, in your compassion for others. This is one pebble is how this shows up. You don't want to take from someone else and put them in a situation that they can't pay your rent. This is what I do. I am very clear when I do a discovery call with my clients. I do not want to take your last penny, and I do not want to put you in debt. I can find another way to help you. I can refer you to one of my practitioners. You follow me? I created a solution, Melissa, and verbiage that helps me with that. Because me, I'm like you, I don't want to take someone's last penny. I don't want them to spend everything they have hoping that one session is going to be that miracle in their life either. That's a lot of weight and responsibility. I promise you, you're not going to take their last penny, love. And I also don't think you're really aware of this, okay? Which is why I wanted to speak to it. Okay. All right. Shannon, you never, we've all had hard things, right? Like, especially as empaths. Hard struggle impacts us in different ways than somebody that's not an empath. All right. But it does not have to define us. We can move through this fear and uncomfortability so that we can really embrace the gift of being an empath. Our past and our struggles do not have to define us. They give us the wisdom to be of service for other people or to add value to someone's life. They give you the wisdom. Remember that. Okay. Shannon, you never remember having money or seeing money until I babysat at 10 years old. Then I gave it all your money to your mom. Bless you, dear child. It speaks so highly of who you are. You are problem solving because you're a great problem solver, dear one. And you were problem solving as a 10-year-old little girl, working your little heart out to make sure that there was food on the table. I suspect food was scarce. And then if you kept even a quarter for yourself, it probably felt selfish. Yeah. There's scarcity, there's a fear of being seen even in this, right? You had to take care of it yourself. You're very independent. Do you understand why you're so independent, love? Because you couldn't depend on your mother to help you. You had to go make the money to have the food. There isn't anything, Shannon, you cannot accomplish. Nothing, dear one. There is nothing you cannot accomplish. Know that. And I believe you can be independent and you can have love in your life. It's not one or the other. Oftentimes, independent people, male and female, we believe we have to be independent means we can't love independently. We can love everybody, oh, but not one person, because they might take that independence away, or we might just be too big for our britches for that other individual. Or we might attract somebody that needs us to do everything because they see us do everything. Those are patterns that can be broken. And some of it has to do with our worth. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're worthy to have extra money, Shannon. You are. Okay. Dina, you had an accounting job while in college. An employer would write checks to pay all of us, but never had enough money in the bank. So we all rushed to cash the checks before they would bounce. Because I was a student, the other employees told me they needed the money more than me. Oh my gosh. To feed their kids. Yeah, right. I mean, they did, but that's not cool to do to you, right? And although you needed the money to pay for college, right? Terrible expense that impacts you today because okay, because I never had children and continue to give money away to others that seem to need the money more than me. And by doing that, by giving the money to the people around you that need it, then you are able to be in their life and be a caregiver and have a need in their life. I understand. I do. You have a couple choices, love. You can volunteer when you want to give something. Don't make it a habit. What I mean by that is, if you're going to volunteer, the nice thing about that, if you're doing it in money, is you get to choose when you do it. But if you do it for every holiday and you do it for every birthday, it becomes an expectation. Okay? Or you cannot volunteer it, wait for them to ask you, and then give them half of what they ask for. It's an idea. You see, our brains are wired, our subconscious is wired to find solutions. So when we say that can't happen, we stop the subconscious from finding a solution. They're never going to find a solution if they don't have to. I promise you. Who would? Right? They'll find the solution to pay for the other half. I promise. And you're still giving and you're still being kind. Okay? I hope that helps. Okay? Yeah. All right. Let's keep going, okay? Over time, these inherited or learned behaviors, right, continue to pile up into seemingly immovable mountains. A mountain. We only need one mountain, right? We don't need any mountain, but if we're going to be on a mountain, I only want to be on one mountain. I don't want to be climbing more than one mountain. And they pile up as mistakes we have made in our life. But you do not have to move this mountain today. You simply need to focus on moving the pebble at your feet. Oh, don't think it's too small to make a difference. That is not true. And then tomorrow, you move another one, and another, and another. And before you know it, you have cleared all away. And you're ready to receive the financial abundance, the success that you've been wanting, the love, whatever abundance means to you that you've deserved. Good people do good things with their money, ... and they still have money. So you can help people, everyone, and they do. They either give to charity, they might give to their kids, they might make their kids wait for it, whatever, okay? Good people do good things with money. And they do choose to help people. Most people choose to help others in some way. Now remember, these inherited patterns around money are not your fault, but it is your responsibility, okay, to stop the cycle and to fill your destiny. Which is why I invested this time in this week's content into reminding you, okay, about a book I have. I don't talk about it, so reminding you might not even be a fair statement, okay? I'll talk about it a lot, called Mistakes into Money. Now, the reason I'm doing that is so you could use this book as a resource, as a little step to move the pebbles that lead to your limitless prosperity. Now, I want to give you all a quick taste of a visualization that's an appetizer, so to speak, towards the end of the book. Okay, and you'll gain instant access to the book, all right? So stick with me as we go through this visualization. It's an empowering visualization, okay? I have a theory that I call, and I do talk about it in the book, the upward spiral solution. Upward spiral solution. Each chapter in the book gives you daily clarity exercises that help you remove the pebbles, climb your mountain with ease. They are powerful and they are effective. But for today, I'd like to visually have you in a spot where the book will help you get to. And we're going to do this together. There's nothing for you to do. You just have to close your eyes and listen to me, okay? We'll begin with 3 breaths. Because what that does for the central nervous system, 3 breaths calms the central nervous system. It allows the subconscious to then visualize, so to speak. That's all we care about, is the subconscious to get on board, everyone. There's no right or wrong way, okay? All right. You know the process. Get into a comfortable position and close your eyes. There we go. All right. Let's begin. So with your eyes closed, I want you to take a deep breath, but filling your lungs to capacity. Fill your lungs to the capacity. A little bit more. There you go. Now hold it. Don't be too eager here. And release. A big cleansing breath. There you go. Now on the next breath, I want you to do a stomach breath, a belly breath, extending your belly to its capacity. And then I want you to sense, feel, and imagine that there is a cord attached to the back of your belly button to your spine. Now on the exhale, here we go. This cord is pulling your stomach back, all the way back, even tighter. You've got more air in there, all the way back. There you go, activating your spine, activating the central nervous system. Beautiful. One last breath. You're going to breathe in through your stomach, up into your lungs, up into your brain. You ready? Be creative. You can do it. Take a deep breath into the stomach. There you go. Now sense, feel, and imagine you're bringing your breath all the way into your lungs. It's coming up behind you in the central nervous system. Continue now, bringing it up through your throat, your eyes, all the way up into your brain, activating your brain and balancing the right and the left hemisphere, activating your ability to visualize, to connect the conscious and the subconscious mind, as all is in divine truth for you. Now on the exhale, you're going to sense, feel, and imagine that you are standing on the top of a mountain. There you go. It's a beautiful mountain. Green grass around you, but you're at the very top. There's plenty of space for you up there. No danger, completely safe. This is your mountaintop. This is exponential to your success and spiraling to the top. Because sometimes the lingo of a spiral sends people believing that it always means spiraling down. Not true. Think about money. Think about success in a different way. When I think of money and success, I think of it as arriving, as you have, on the top of a mountain. As you visualize yourself right now on top of a mountain and you look around, you see other mountains in the distance, don't you? You have been climbing this mountain, your peak, for a while. It's called life. It is your mountain that you are on now, your mountain of success. While on top of the mountain, I want you to just look down at the world below you, down to a valley. It's a valley floor, it has a river going through it, and you see hundreds of people down there. Some people are looking for their mountain to climb. Others are just wandering around, lost, looking for direction in their life. Now, you are not better, nor are they less than you. You're in a different spot in your life. That's all. And you are aware of that because you have been where they are. Now, I want you to look up. Look up and across ahead of you to other mountaintops. See the people, individuals standing on their mountaintop, their pinnacle of success. They've done the work just like you. These are your people. These are the people that come to you in business that you work with. These are your people as friends. These are the people looking for you in love, in romance, friendships, work, career, business, all aspects of life. These people are looking for you as you have been looking for them. Feel this. Feel this excitement within you of knowing that there are people on planet Earth that have gone through things like you have, that have a higher vibration. They are in the same place you are in. You have a high vibration. You're high on top of your mountain. You see everything with clarity. You breathe a little easier because the things from the past, oh, those old blocks, do not burden you anymore. You are in nature right now, and nature always invigorates the cells of your body, and you feel your cells begin to come alive. Now, visualize as you are feeling that you live this empowered life on a daily basis. You didn't give up your dream to be on the top of this mountain, nor will you ever. You didn't give up your ambition to be here, nor will you ever. You didn't sacrifice who you are, nor will you ever. Because you say to yourself, I'm taking all of me and living my life on the top of my mountain. This is your mountain. This represents your life of the past and what you've accomplished. You are a beacon of light to others. In any aspect of who you are a beacon of light to others. No, there's nothing to say, nothing to prove, nothing to do, nothing to change, because you know the journey you have been on. No one will ever be able to take that from you. You have experienced and treasured every single step. Now, you can view life with a different perspective, one from freedom. You are liberated. You are liberated into all the past mistakes that have brought you here today. And looking back, you see that it was those mistakes that brought you the greatest awakening, the one that took you to the highest level where you are living now. And you are grateful for all of it. There is a feeling of expansiveness within you, feeling of expansiveness within you that is with you, that is always with you. That's what the top of the mountain is all about. You feel this great expansiveness now. Everything that you have experienced in your life has been given, has given you impenetrable confidence, infinite wisdom, and infinite abundance in different ways in your life. Now you are living with knowledge and not in the moments of the past. You are out of old history and you are present in your life. You can see the horizon now. And you trust what you see, as old fear is no longer with you. You see everything ahead of you. Maybe not 100% clear, because there's always the unknown, but you trust now. But you can see aspects of your future. And as you look at it, oh, you take it all in with confidence and composure. You are no longer concerned about it as you used to be before, because you have no desire to control your life like you tried to do before. Now you have a secrecy because you know it will come about exactly as it is meant to come to you in divine timing for your purposeful life. This is your space, and I invite you to visit this space often. I'm going to count from 1 to 3 on this, and you'll come back to where you are, eyes wide open. So 1, you are grateful for the awareness of what life is for you. 2, you acknowledge the past as the wisdom for the present and the future. And 3, you know that your pinnacle of success already lies within you. Eyes. Now, imagine what you can do with this type of shift in your life on a daily basis. Imagine what you can do once you access all the other little pebble movers inside my copy of my book. Okay? There isn't enough time or space for me to teach all the tools that I have under my belt or what I've done. These are things that I've done. Okay? Right now, this is simply a little thing you can do that doesn't cost a lot, that allows you to take action in your life so that you can live at the pinnacle, right? At the top of your mountain. Just simply grab it, grab the copy. I'm going to put the link afterwards in the chat. Okay? And then you give yourself some time, grace, right, and permission to apply a little of what's inside of it every day. And I can't wait to hear about new levels of abundance, success, comfortability in your life that you're able to invite by taking action. How was that visualization for you? It's one of my favorite, by the way. How was it for you? You still with me? Maybe you've all fallen asleep. right? Oh, wait a second. There is always that delay. Okay. Heather, you're very welcome. Okay. You're very welcome. You've climbed a lot of mountain, Heather, dear. Okay. You've climbed a lot of mountain, love. Way to go. Mm-hmm. Great. Thank you. Mind opening. I love that, Amanda. What I want to know is, did you find yourself at the top of the mountain? Did you go there? Did you visualize it? Did you see people on the other mountaintops? Because you see they're there. I promise you. I love that. Okay, Melissa, you're welcome, Shannon. Sharon, you're welcome, and Shannon. Dina. And I'm grateful for you. You see, I don't know where I'd be in my life if I didn't give opportunities like this to share because I want to help you. So for all those that are having a hard time charging, you notice I don't charge for this. Okay. I give more than I ever, right? Ask ever. Because it's the one way that I can honor that part of me that really doesn't want to charge. Okay. And you can too. Many of you do card readings. You can do one card pulls on Facebook or 3 card spreads. You can answer some questions, but that's the boundary. That's the flexibility, right? So there are always ways. I train other people to do my method, right? So I can refer them to other people. Not everybody can work with me, and my schedule's crazy busy, right? So, because of my desire to want to help everyone, I created things to make sure that their needs were met. You can too. I don't care if you're an accountant, I don't care what field you're in. You can too. Yeah, that's what I want you to hear from me. Great idea. And you got grass under your feet perfectly. And Heather, spend more time visualizing. You can do that just in a 5-minute meditation. I know how busy you are. I think almost everybody is busy. Okay. So you can do that with a 5-minute, empowerment thing. You can do that. You can do visualizing everybody with your eyes wide open, by the way. Okay. Do it when you walk. Go for a walk around the block. You can do it then. It does not have to be the way I'm doing it right here. I call it an active form of meditation. Okay. All right. I'll be excited to, I'll come in and respond to some of these, but I'll try and respond to everybody. Okay. Might take me a couple of days. Okay. But I will. Love you for being here and thank you. And trust that I only want to help you. I know you know that. Okay. And this is my way of supporting you in the best that I can right now. So, sending you off in lots of love, support, and I already see you at the top of your mountain. Okay? Because you are. All right. Bye, everyone. I'll see you next week. Okay?